Hello, everyone. Welcome to my channel. Let's talk Harry and Meghan. So, Meghan podcast, Confession of a Female Founder, saw her speaking to Sarah Blakely. Very interesting conversation. There's a snippet here.
Well, it wasn't until the 70s that women could even have a credit card line, a line of credit on a
Right.
credit card without her husband saying yes. I mean, that is...
Megan, do you know what year women were allowed to get a business loan on their own without a man co-signing or agreeing to it?
Was it right? Late 70s, early 80s? Now, are you going to shock me?
1988. I was a junior in high school when women were allowed to actually go into a bank and say, I'd like to bet on myself. I have a business idea.
Oh my God. Oh my Lord. Really?
But that's not the part that is making news. The media don't focus on the business aspect of it. They try to focus everything on her personal life, where she drops little tidbits about her personal life, like she talked about in this, where she wore heels during her pregnancy and all of that. And the media deliberately, I believe, take those aspects and blow them up, taking people's minds away from the business aspects of it instead of helping people to understand what the podcast is truly about and driving people to listen for their own benefit. But no, that seems the media seems to have decided to be derelict in all aspects of their duty. But moving on, Megan also did an interview with the Fast Company, never heard of them before. She spoke to them extensively about as ever and where she sees that going. I'll put a link down below for you to read the interview. It's really a good interview. And then, of course, we all knew that Prince Harry went to China. Of course, his dad was in Canada. So that I think the media perhaps is very mad that they didn't have that narrative about them being in close proximity. So that was taken from them. So the media collectively, I think, they didn't see any of that coming because they had no inkling that Prince Harry was going to China, and they were building up that will he see his dad and all of that. Well, and I'm sure they were going to have some snubbing story or something, but that was taken from them. So I'm sure they were mad about that. And lastly, I wanted to touch on someone that spoke about Piers Morgan in a way that spoke to me. And this person, his name is Josh Johnson. I watch him every Tuesday night. And Josh Johnson, some would call him a comedian, but I don't call him a comedian. I really look at him as a social commentator who happens to wield humor like a scalpel. So that's how I look at him. So he was in England on his flower tour, and he said this about Piers Morgan.
Y'all have some phenomenal exports, but you do have some rough ones. You know, like why'd y'all do like that? Sending Piers Morgan to us. It almost constitutes an act of war. I don't know who else you could have sent. Boris Johnson wouldn't have been as destructive as Piers Morgan on our TV all the time. What did we ever do to you? I'd like to think that the UK holds like centuries long grudges. And like, okay, all right, y'all think you cute. You think you cute, you gonna leave me. Just wait. Wait like 200 years. I'm gonna send the most annoying man that's ever lived to be on 3 of your news stations every day. No? Because it's difficult. I mean, you can get really far without knowing much. That's scary. And that's even before AI. Ask Piers Morgan. You can get so far without knowing anything.
Did you see that, guys? Oh my gosh, that to me said it so well. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you like my content, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And talk to you soon. Bye.